Right on. I still love that song. You know, it's funny. I don't have a recording of that version anymore. I have to get another.
Really?
Yeah. I have a live version that's pretty good, but not that one.
Huh. Interesting. I'm going to be humming that damn thing all night now.
Yeah, it's an earworm.
It's so catchy.
Yep, with the horns and the whole thing. Yeah. Great song.
Yeah, it is a great song.
And he tells a story about a great night, you know, and we paralleled that whole journey.
Yeah, for sure.
And no doubt bumped into you dancing on the bar in your boxer shorts somewhere.
Probably, yeah. I don't remember that either.
Duty calls, right?
Right, exactly. The guy's got to make a buck.
That's right. So it's all fun and games until somebody brings up the trivia question.
Yeah. Oh, come on, we're having such a good time.
Yeah. So, I mean, our listeners have been waiting, you know, this whole time.
Yes, indeed.
So, I guess we reveal. You go first. I know I got it wrong, okay. But I understand why. But what do you got?
I asked you what the firing order of an Chevy LS engine V8 is. And it is 18726543.
Exactly like I said.
Exactly like you said. So congratulations, Kevin. You win.
Just switch a couple in the middle, and there you go.
Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
That's right. You want a giant bucket of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now
take one.
Now, come on. You got to break my heart.
All right, so the question I asked you, because of the playing music in the car episode, was what was the first tape player factory installation? Mm-hmm. And I gave you that it was an 8-track, and your guess was in the 1964 Cadillac.
Yes.
No doubt, you know, envisioning a luxury car with such a nice add-on as an 8-track stereo tape player. In fact, it was a 1965 Mustang.
Get out of here!
Yes, sir. And then more widely available in the 1966 Ford line Mustang Thunderbird and in the Lincoln. But
wow, you're right. That was a somewhat popular car.
Kind of popular. I mean, I said it was pretty popular. You know?
Kind of popular, yeah.
It sold 22,000 the first day. You know, it's pretty popular.
Yeah.
But it was
the kids really dug it, man.
And that was the whole deal. You know, Lee Iacocca had the right idea at the right time. He was able to identify the hole in the market, and that was
and he struck gold.
Young baby boomers who didn't want to drive their parents' cars, so they whipped up the Mustang, right. And along with the car, they incorporated the music playback ability of an 8-track, and whammo, the rest is history. So,
man, I even though I was wrong, I feel good about that answer.
I'm glad. Me too.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it was 65. I said 64.
You're right there.
Yeah, I was close. I was way off on the make, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, 65 or 66 Lincoln, 64 Caddy. You know, it's about the same thing.
Yeah. Right. Sure, same segment.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I certainly had a great time on this episode. I hope you did too.
I did.
I will extend that invitation to our listeners. If you got an overselling adjective you feel like loaning out for a show, go ahead and type it in the comments. And
thank you, and I remembered his last name. Thank you, Rob Veneziano of Street Metal Motorsports.
Right on, Rob Veneziano.
Yeah, so thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll gladly accept those. And some of the platforms you can leave comments, you know, Facebook, on our website you can leave comments, but you can also listen in on TuneIn Radio, on iTunes, on Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and who knows, maybe some more. We might be adding a few more areas of distribution. Let us know what you thought about this. We know we made people do a little dance to go to YouTube to hear this with the music included, but that was just a technology, kind of technicality. So hopefully you got that full experience. And I guess until next time, keep the shiny side up. I'm Kevin Ostie with Mike Clark.
And have a good night, sir.
We'll see you next time on VA Radio.